What's up, everyone? It's your boy Raji, and today we are looking at Group D of the World Cup. I'm going to be giving my predictions about who's going to make it out, breaking down the rosters, looking at the full slate of games, looking at some of the key players and top scorers in this group. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, looking at Group D as a whole, obviously we've got the US, Australia, Paraguay, and Turkey. And clearly, I'm a US MNT fan. Got the 2014 Jermaine Jones jersey on. What a banger against Portugal. We'll never forget that. But from a perspective of a US fan, this is a group the US can make it out of for sure. And we'll be taking a look at the US roster, of course, and all the other rosters in this video. But this is a group that I'm hopeful, and with how the US has been playing in the friendlies, I'm hopeful they can make it out of this group. So let's start with the United States men's national team. Now, off the rip, and even now, not super thrilled with this team. Obviously, manager Mauricio Pochettino hasn't really seemed like he's had his heart in it the entire time. Obviously, the reports that he's going to AC Milan after the World Cup ends, even through the Gold Cup and this last year, doesn't really seem like he's had his heart in it. And this roster, I was very confused with some of the decisions. I mean, how do we use Diego Luna in all the advertisements, World Cup build-up, the World Cup hype, and leave him off the roster? And Tanner Tessman, leave him off the roster, and we call up guys like Christian Roldan and Alejandro Zendejas. And I mean, Roldan should have never seen this roster. You'd never have seen this roster. Additionally, we bring, 10 backs, 10 defenders, and most of them being center backs. Miles Robinson, again, giving the captaincy to Tim Ream. Does that mean he's going to be starting? Tim Ream should not be starting at his old age on this U.S. national team. It should be Austin Trusty. So there's a lot of problems I had with this team. However, not all hope is lost. Obviously, Chris Richards just won Conference League with Crystal Palace. He's going to be a huge piece for us. Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest on in the wing-back positions for the U.S. They're going to be huge. Tyler Adams, I think we have 3 natural midfielders on this team, maybe. So Tyler Adams cannot get injured. Very injury-prone player. He needs to be healthy. Will be huge for us. Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, obviously 2 of the big stars for us. And again, there's some bright spots. I'm really happy we called up Gio Reyna. He is so creative. He has the chance to always provide a spark for this team. And even if he doesn't start over Malik Tillman, I am super thrilled that we brought Gio Reyna to this World Cup. And our number 9 group is pretty solid. Flo Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, Haji Wright, all 3 of them can contribute. And again, the friendly against Senegal, it gave me a lot of hope. The way our attack was, the way that we played under Pochettino in that game, gives me a lot of hope. So we'll see what this USMNT can do. But again, wasn't super thrilled. Still, I'm not super thrilled. I really hope they can come through on home soil. Next up, we've got Australia, and not a ton of high-profile players on this roster. Obviously, you've got the veteran goalkeeper Matthew Ryan, some young guys like Nestori Irikunda and Jackson Irvin, Harry Suter, obviously. So they've got some pieces, but I don't think this is a team that's really going to make too much noise. In this group, already lost to the U.S. in a friendly, and if you're losing to the U.S. in a friendly, we've been terrible. So already not a great sign. Maybe can squeak out 3rd place, but we'll see what they bring at the World Cup. Not too excited about Australia, though. Next in the group, we've got Paraguay, and much like Australia, not a ton of high-profile names on this roster. However, coming from South America, CONMEBOL, very, very gritty team, just like a lot of South American teams, so you can't really sleep on them. They've got some good guys. Miguel Almiron, Atlanta United midfielder, he's going to be big for Paraguay. Julio Enciso, he's going to be big. He's going to have to show up on the score sheet for Paraguay. This is a gritty team. However, again, much like Australia, already lost to the USA in a friendly. If you're losing to the US in friendlies, we're not that great. So how much does that say that 2 of the teams in this group already lost to the US in friendlies? Not too sure, but you don't want to sleep on Paraguay because those South American teams always play with a lot of heart and a lot of grit. Finally, we've got Turkey, and ring the bell. This is a dark horse team for me. Do not be surprised if this team not only wins the group, but goes on a deep run at this World Cup. Obviously, they've got the superstar Arda Güler, another young player, Kenan Yildiz at Juventus. They've got a veteran defender in the back, Demiral. This is a good squad. Obviously came through the European playoffs, but this team is very scary. It's sneaky good, and seems like the whole of this group has already played each other in friendlies. But Turkey already beat the U.S. in a friendly earlier this season. This is a scary team. This is a dark horse team for me. I really like this Turkey team to go on a run. Watch out for them. So looking at the full slate of games, I think for the U.S. especially, a lot of this will go kind of like how the friendlies went. The U.S. should be able to beat Paraguay. They should be able to beat Australia. Now, the final day of group stage play for this group is Thursday, June 25th. Turkey versus USA. I think that game will be for the number one spot in the group. That will be the game of Group D, and that's one where I think the U.S. will be put to a test. Can they overcome the noise? Can Pochettino put together a squad that can beat this Turkey team? Now, Turkey should be very much like the U.S. They should be able to beat Paraguay. They should be able to beat Australia. So again, I think this group will come down to the U.S. versus Turkey on that last day of group play. So for my predictions, I have Turkey topping this group, the U.S. in second, Paraguay third, Australia in fourth. Now, like I just said, I think the game that will decide this group is Turkey versus U.S. on the final day of group play. I really will be rooting for the U.S. I really want to believe in them. But this Turkey team is sneaky, and this U.S. team has proven time and time again that they cannot show up when they're needed to show up. And I think that this Turkey team might be a little bit too much for them. This is going to be the most talented team in the group, and I would love to see the U.S. top this group. I'm going to be rooting for it, but I don't think they'll have what it takes to beat Turkey. Give me Turkey to win this group and potentially go on a deep run. Now, I do think the U.S. still makes it out pretty easily. I think they should beat Paraguay. I think they should beat Australia. What will happen in the Turkey game, I hope they can pull it off, but that is my predictions in terms of the group. Now, for some key players in this group, I'm going to pair Arda Güler and Kenan Yıldız together, the stars of that Turkey national team. If those guys are on, it's going to be a long group stage for the rest of the group. Arda Güler, Real Madrid, incredible talent. And if you're looking to bet on someone to lead the group in assists, look at Arda Güler, set piece taker there. Kenan Yıldız, unreal power, unreal finesse. Look for Kenan Yıldız and Arda Güler to be teaming up the entire group stage. On the U.S. side, obviously Christian Pulisic is going to be massive for the U.S. He's going to have to show up. He did in the group stage at the last World Cup. I'm hoping he comes out even faster, even harder, and even bigger performances at this World Cup. Look out for Christian Pulisic. Also, looking at Flo Balogun. I think that we need him to get going, get on the score sheet. We need that number 9 spot to be on a roll, and Flo Balogun's leading the way there. Finally, Gio Reyna. I talked about it earlier in the video, but I love the Gio Reyna call-up, and I think even if he doesn't start, he can be a very impactful sub for the U.S., and I'm really hoping that Gio Reyna can bring out his full potential at this World Cup. Look out for Gio Reyna to make some noise in this group stage in the later stages of games. All right, that is it for my Group D predictions. Let me know what you think down below. Who is going to win it for you out of Group D? Do you guys believe in the United States men's national team? I really hope they pull it off. I'm rooting for them to make a big run on home soil, but I'm obviously still a little skeptical. Time and time again, they've let me down. But again, we'll be rooting hard for them. Let me know what you guys think down below, and stay tuned. Still got a lot more groups to cover. Thanks for watching.